Okay, right. The target frame is actually made up to 8 foot by 6 foot, and that's outside of frame to outside of frame. The target slide in target centres, they're 1200 by 1200, all of them. The slides that we've made up, they have, it's a 5mm piece behind these little slides, so a short little piece of the 5mm bore flute, and then a wider piece over the top to hold it. And that's 1205 in between the two small pieces, so you've got 5mm gap to slide in. And then you just make sure that the whole lot, sometimes got short arms, that you push it all the way in, and so then all your centres of targets are all in the same position.
Are these pieces just stuck on?
Yeah, that's just siliconed on.
With normal silicone?
Yeah, I just use silicone.
Clear or it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter. And we've just got, as you see, it needs another piece in the middle.
How often do you replace that middle bit?
How often have we done that, Bill?
What's that, mate?
Put a piece in the middle.
Once or twice.
Once or twice in the 4 years that we've been here, that we've had them.
And these sensors being inside the edges, do they still measure these
Yes.
shots on the side?
Yes, all the way out. It doesn't matter where you have them, as long as the measurement outside to inside is the same vertically on each side, and then also your width. So then so your diagonals are the same. You can't have them sort of offset. You need to get that as close as possible.
So they're 6 foot frames, and they've just screwed the new 8x6 onto the front. And these clips here are to hold the wires out of the way. They tie the frame up in position so it can't sag through the chute.
That one there, this piece actually comes off, which enables you to slide the core flute in and out. That timber there, all up, is 90mm wide by 35mm thick. Groove to allow the core flute to go in there to hold in, and then this face piece is screwed on this end to stop the core flute coming out.
Those posts there, they're to stay.
Yep. So
They stay the target nice and steady to the top corner. And they hook into that nail there.
So this, slide that into there, and just a nail or a bit of wire or something around it just to stop it coming down. And then we've got a bolt through here. When we set it up, we had somebody with a level on the face of the target.
So the face of the target is truly vertical.
Yes. Yep. So then we just clamped it. As we're moving it, we clamped it onto the post here, and when it was right, then we drilled a hole through, and so that's where it had to stay. So that's all nice and perpendicular.
You must wouldn't have to worry about it, Bill, but because our range kicks around after 600, we've got our targets aiming at 7. Well, you don't need for the solo, you don't need
For the solo, being an 8 sensor unit, they reckon you don't have to worry about your offsets. I've still got to have them in here anyway, because we just did notice with the 5 sensor unit there was a bit of variance with the targets being skew whiff to the shooting angle. So we actually got a level on the top of the target, a scope. So we went off the centre of the target and then had somebody back at the mound with a flag or a post, and we went, okay, this is the centre of number 1. You need to go this far, and once it lined up with the scope, we measured from the centre of the shooting point out to where the person was, and that gives you your offset either left or right, telling the program that you're shooting from 14 metres off the target at an angle. So it allows for that. But the solo unit, being the 8 sensor unit, they reckon that's not critical anymore, because you've got that many different other variables with the the measurements and all that, it takes all that into account. But you'll notice that when you go back to calibrate it, and if it is a little bit out, then it may pay to have a look. But at the moment, they're not worrying about that offset anymore. It's, even though it's there the area's there still to put it in. So. Oops, sorry, Bill.
That's all right. I'm just getting a panoramic view.
So that's that one.
This is the solar unit we're setting up here. Four microphone sensors, is that what they're called?
Yep, 4 microphones, 4 dual microphones.
Yep.
These are just an Ethernet cable. Doesn't matter where these go. I've actually marked them, but you can put them in anywhere as long as the cables go to the right spot. Once you've set your actual brackets up, your mounts, all these do is just virtually slide in, and that's it. So that's that one there ready to go. You got pink and grey, pink top, and then you've got blue on this side, which is the left hand side top, which is all in the instructions anyway. And just slips in there. Just make sure they're all fit down to the bottom. We just made a couple of little bits to hold the cables around so they don't flap too much. And then the yellow, which is the shortest one. He goes down the bottom, and what's probably good about these ones, they're just a standard Ethernet cable. You can buy them from anywhere. The other ones you've got to go and get crimps, and which Bill's just gone and done to fix up the cabling of the other ones. So then they, once again, that just slips in there, and that's all ready to go. Run this over to the other side. Pick them up, and then they're all ready to connect up to the target unit. The target unit, you can't really go wrong. Grey, magenta, blue and yellow, so you can't sort of, they've got, unless you're colourblind, that's got to go in there. That's for your battery, your antenna. Oh, the mount's over on that one. Always make sure your antenna's connected up before you turn your before you connect your battery up. So it's similar to your UHF radios and all that sort of gear. If they haven't got a antenna connected up to them, you can fry them. So you used to have the mound unit on as well, but they've now come back and said no, you only need to have the antenna on the target unit prior to turning it on. We'll just take that
This
out.
is the antenna for the solar unit. It's got to be hooked up to the round thing. What's that called?
This is the target sensor.
Target sensor
unit.
before you put the battery into it.
Yeah.
Otherwise it fries it somehow.
It can, and they don't. And warranty-wise, they don't really like it.
No, fair enough.
So, and then with these ones, as I say, it's all colour coded. So you've got pink or magenta, grey. This way, blue on that one, and then Lucky Last Yellow. He's all in there. And then I just put a bit of Velcro. Your batteries will be a little bit different, but I just put a bit of Velcro on the back of this one, and then plug your battery in, and you just keep an eye on the lights on your battery. Some have 3, some have 4. This one's got 4. You want to make sure that your lights are all on and fully charged probably each time you start, just to make sure. But you can get a couple of weeks Saturday afternoon shoots out of them. You check to make sure that the light's on, which is it's bloody hard to see.
Yeah.
And then when the other unit's on, which I'll turn on in a sec, the other light will link up, and then we just hang it, and that's it. That's the target setup.
Yep.
And it's just a matter of then going back to the mound, and so you got to have.
When you hook your, what's this thing called?
That's the server.
When you hook the server up, you should check that the one on the target is green as well.
Yeah, it's got 2 lights. That's just your
2
battery
lights
light,
showing.
and that's showing a link between the server and the target. So virtually, the 2 are talking to one another. So
And they're fairly hard to see, so you have
yeah,
to take them off.
So you can actually see it once you turn your once you turn your computer on. If it doesn't connect up, it'll show you there with the Wi-Fi. But if it doesn't connect up, you can pretty well bet your proverbials that the second light's not on down there. So.